Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're ready for the next challenge because today we're going to deal with the IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, more specifically analysis of maps, and we'll deal with the structure and organization of the text. This is the task that we're going to be focusing on, and we'll get back to it throughout this video. The first step, the first paragraph that you need to write is basically an introduction, just as any text begins with. So you're going to have to look at a very specific point on your task, which is this one. Part of the rubric actually, but you cannot copy paste it. You need to use your own words basically. So here's a suggestion. The maps illustrate the transformation that the settlement of Hardin underwent within an 8-year time span between 2008 and 2016. And I've highlighted the key vocabulary that I used in order not to repeat the same words that are already employed by the rubric. All right, so use your own words in the introduction and then move on to the second paragraph, which is the overview, where you give a general perspective to the reader on the major aspects of the changes that occurred. As we can see, many things changed. Now, the question is how I can write this in an academic way. So I'm going to try something like this. Overall, it can easily be noticed that significant alterations to the town had been made by 2016 with the conversion of some areas and the replacement of others. I placed it can be easily noticed that in between brackets because it doesn't really communicate anything. It's a filler, so you might as well just avoid it. Not a big fan myself of it either. And then I've written the introduction, the overview, and now I need to go to the actual changes and I need to make it clear to the reader what exactly happened by comparing the two maps. But the question is, how can I most logically and clearly organize the ideas? So, for me, the most obvious thing is that the river cuts the town in half, which is why I'm going to split the changes that I'll discuss into comparison of the northern side and then of the southern side. So I guess I'm going to start with the one that's easier just to, get a little more traction with my text. So I'll start with the southern side. Over the period, the area to the south of the river experienced tremendous change. For instance, the industrial complex expanded over a part of the woodland and the entire residential area, which by 2016 had been knocked down. Once again, I've highlighted the most essential pieces of vocabulary, and there's also another video you should watch on useful vocabulary for maps, where I'm detailing all of these aspects. But this one today is about structure. All right, so I've dealt with the southern part and now I need to go to the northern one. So I'm crowning my work with the most abundant part of the town in terms of alterations, of changes. And here is the actual substance of it all. North of the river, the area witnessed even greater transformation as the derelict warehouses were demolished and replaced with a car park. On the other hand, the residential area west of the warehouses suffered no changes, but the old town to the south was repurposed as space for offices and a university. While the school further south remained the same, the art center was converted into a multi-screen cinema and the residential area into a shopping center. The natural areas were also impacted, the size of the woodland having been significantly reduced and the lake having become a pond by 2016. So there you have it. Now we've got a full text. You can always go back on it and read it again, analyze it again, but remember the structure. You need introduction, overview, changes part 1, and then the second part of the changes. Align your entire text to the left. There's no tabs, but you separate the edge of the paper from your paragraphs by an empty column to the left, and then each paragraph has an empty blank row in between. This is the academic format, and I'd like you to respect it, even if it's a minor detail, but it makes a world of difference in terms of aspect to the examiner. Now, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Subscribe, click the bell in order to get notified whenever I post new material, and I'll keep in touch. See you soon.